So for reasons unknown to me, young Tim has bought himself another 140, another 300 SE with the infamous M104.990 engine and 722.3 4-speed automatic. This is the very engine that made the M104 3.2 litres. Originally, it was decided that the M104 3-litre did not produce enough torque and was too rev-happy to go into a car as luxurious as the 140. So the LH-Jetronic M104 990 was born, and that's what I'm driving now. This lumbering behemoth is not a quick vehicle, so yeah, it's quite understandable why they didn't want the 3-litre in here. When you do your first gear start, it's quite okay. Keeps up with modern traffic, but you're definitely not getting anywhere quickly in this thing, compared to like a 124 with a 3.2 litre M104. As for this vehicle in particular, the odometer does not work, so yeah, it's not really done 223,000 Ks. I strongly suspect it's done over 300,000 kilometers because this transmission flares quite a bit between shifts. It's quite acceptable when you're driving it sedately, but if you give this thing some stick, that transmission is very tired, so it needs a rebuild. Fortunately, we're the people to do it. Tim's just got to get the engine out. Hopefully this car doesn't end up like the last one, i.e. making up baked bean cans, getting recycled. We'll see how it goes. He actually paid a lot more money for this than he has any other 140, so yeah, I guess he desperately wants it. First thing I want to do is plug my Star Diagnostics into it for amusement value and see what I can learn from an old LH-Jetronic system. And I'll give you some shots of the outside of the car as well once we get it home. So these 300 SEs seem to be the most unloved 140s of all. The paint on this car is absolutely atrocious and borderline embarrassing to be seen in. It's definitely going to need a paint job to be even remotely presentable. And there is rust in the usual places, starting around the rear in the centre there at the lock, and also under one of the doors, I can't remember which. The interior is, yeah, it's on par for a car with around 300,000 plus kilometres on it, which is what we expect this to have. 300 and something perhaps. But at least it's all complete, it's all there. Something he can work on and probably restore as he has the time to do so. He desperately wanted one of these M104s, and now he has another one. So let's see what he achieves with this one. This is the M104 990 engine with electronic fuel injection. You can see that, yes, it looks like the older KE Jet M104 980, but that's where the similarities end. It's a completely different engine. So this is LH-Jetronic, and there is a hot wire air mass meter or airflow meter underneath that air filter housing. And you have the usual old school Benz service items to attend to on this vehicle, just like a 124 for example. You can see that it also has EZL ignition. It has the more fragile Bosch EZL. We have got a spare Siemens one, so that's what we've put in there, and we'll just keep that one spare. And connecting with Star Diagnostics, we can see the LH controller does have some complaints about the airflow meter and the regeneration switchover valve. The other thing I could talk to easily was a PSC pump, which is a vacuum pump, and you can see there's a number of devices there that have blown airbags like the seats and also pods. And this is a GM module. I believe that's a governor module because it looks to have those kinds of things in it for like turning off the compressor under certain conditions and cutting fuel and whatnot. And you can see the rust forming in this center area here. And yes, I was running this vehicle on my bench power supply because these 140s chew a hell of a lot of current with the key in position 2 if the engine's not running. You really need a bench power supply to run these 140s if you're doing any kind of work on them. Not that you can see anything, but yeah, we're just going on a night drive in this 140. All seems to be running well for the time being. Headlights are terrible on these cars compared to modern ones, but I guess that's what it's like in those days. Anyway, that's it for now. If there's any exciting updates, I will make another video.